Are corporations killing the mom and pop businesses? Let's check out some data. Hello, this is ChartGPT today. We asked this questions: are the mom and pops being killed by the corporations? Okay, look at some data. First off, we take a look at the 2023 Global 500 Top 10 list. And of course, Walmart, you probably heard of them, are at the top of the list at $611 billion. And then globally here, we look at Saudi Aramco, some of the names you've seen here before, State Grid, and it's a lot of Chinese corporations, Amazon, of course, China Petro, and a few others. You can get down into the oil companies. So these corporations dominate. These are very heavily have a lot of capex to them because it takes a lot of capital to get these business going. So that may not be a good view of where the mom and pops can actually play. And if you look at the index, we take the Wilshire index, stock index of large cap versus small caps. Over the years, it's kind of bouncing around here quite a bit. It tends to do better during inflationary times than not. But it's been pretty even. But then these are not really, small caps are still fairly large businesses. You have to drill down a little closer into the mom and pops. These are like firms with less than 249 people versus firms over 250. Small caps could still be firms with over 250. Point being is, the smaller the company, that tends to be less employees, which tends to speak to a little bit of the market domination. You can see it's been a pretty steady decline over the years to where the small firms have fewer and fewer of the percent of employees. And then if you look at the GDP, you can see back in 2000, the year around 2000, the difference between these were about 10% in GDP. Now it's close to 20%. So it's been growing. So the mom and pops are disappearing as the corporations take over. And then taking a look at the size difference in terms of the size of the companies, it's been a steadily growing influence there since the 90s. Companies are getting bigger and bigger. So you ask, well, what are some of the effects of this? Well, one thing that I've always thought, and you may have thought the same thing, and in fact, in the description box, we have a link to the polling on our website, and say, do you think large firm actually cause inflation or are part of the problem in causing inflation because they have pricing power where a small mom and pop does not, and so there's more competition? Well, here's a chart here. You can check out again some of the reference links there on the post, and what it shows you that the more concentration ratio of the what they call four firm concentration ratio in terms of monopoly, the more they tend to have pricing power, and this kind of data kind of proves that. So the bigger the corporation, the more monopoly has over the market, the more likely they'll have pricing power and they cause inflation. It almost doubles the price rise going forward, which is quite interesting. Of course, we've all seen these wealth inequality curves, and of course this is a chart of the Gini coefficient index and income inequality in the United States, and it's just been on the rise. And of course this is part of it. They've killed off the mom and pops. We asked the AI, will mom and pops make a return, small business make a return, or will the trend will continue? Well, they always say the trend is your friend, and so unless we have an economic restructuring, this looks to continue. Don't forget to subscribe.